All right, so it is time for a little bit of dice math. And, as we went over on the Monster Maverick show, and we got the info from Agrod's AMA, there's going to be 20 dice, or 20 different cards in the dice set. And I was thinking about this. They're going to have 300,000 packs, or 300,000 dice that you can open. Each one's going to have 5 cards. So let's do a little bit of math. We know the probabilities are the usual. We have potions, which may or may not be used. Since we have the change in rewards, that the potions that you get as rewards will not be used for rewards cards, there's going to be a whole lot more potions available. And so it's likely that dice are going to be used with potions predominantly. But we'll do the math both ways. So, you've seen, if you follow my stuff, you've probably seen spreadsheets like this before. And what I am doing here is I'm going to figure out, one, how many max sets basically we're going to get out of the dice altogether, and how many you might need to buy to get your own max set. So let's just see how it goes. We have a potion toggle here, a legendary and gold. And I'm assuming that out of 20 cards, there's going to be 8 commons, 6 rares, 4 epics, 2 legends. That might be wrong, but that just kind of makes sense to me. And we'll see. Obviously, I'll update these numbers when we get the actual distributions, if they're different. So let's see. Actually, I should put in one more column here. Let's see. Number 2 max. So we need 400 for commons. We need 115 for rares. We need 46 for epics. We need 11 for legendaries. And then all the golds, it's 38, 22, 10, and 4. So let's move this over here. And number of maxes. What's that divided by that? Okay, so if you buy one dice or die or whatever, chances are you're going to get 4 commons and 1 rare. That's typical. So if there's 8, or let's start it. If you want to max, for generally legendaries are going to be one of the hardest, and then the commons are also going to be the hardest, and the rares and epics are more available. So, for example, if we go to 100 dice, then on average you're going to get 4 legendaries, which is 2 per type, and there's some rounding here. You're going to get 46 of each common. You're going to get 16 of each rare, and you're going to get call it 5 of each epic, and then 1 gold common on average. So if we go up to 500, now we are getting close to stuff. So we're almost to a max of legendaries. So we are at we're at 20 legendaries, and we need 11 of each. So if we go up to 550, we're pretty much there. So we've got 1 max of both legendaries. And obviously the golds are nowhere near. So if we turn on legendary potions, though, that obviously changes. So let's make this true. So now we doubled our legendaries at the expense of these other ones. So how many do we need there? So let's try 400. And I could goal seek this, but it's not as fun. 300. Okay, so now we're getting close. 280, 281. Close enough. Okay, so 280 dice with legendary potions will get you basically a max set of legendaries. But what if you want the maxed commons? That's obviously going to be more. So let's try 800. So at 800, let's turn legendary potions back off. At 800, we've got, actually we're lagging in epics. That's interesting. So we got 0.85 of each epic for max, 0.92 of each common. Let's try 850. And we're almost getting there on commons. So let's try 900. 900 dice gets you max level commons if there's 8 of them. It's still a little bit light on epics, but it's pretty close. And you know, you have plenty of legendaries and you have plenty of rares. So you know, maybe you would sell some of those excess legendaries and buy, you know, um, missing epics and missing commons. So that's all good. Now the whole set is going to be 300,000. So 300,000 means that there's, you know, with no potions, we've got 345 max level commons. We've got of each max level common sets, 426 max level rare sets, 319 max level epic sets, 534 max level legendary sets. We've got 74 of the max level gold commons, 45 of the max level gold rares, 30 and 30 for max level epic and legendary gold sets. So that's a lot. So that's enough to outfit, you know, 345 or sorry, 319 of the players with max sets of everything. And that kind of gets back to my point that I was making on the Monster Maverick show, that I think 300,000 is too many. But you know, then we have potions, right? So this is one set of numbers. Let's just copy that and paste the values. Okay. Now, if we turn on both potions, true. So now the number of max level commons goes down, but the max level of common golds goes up. It doubles, you know, and these all double. So we actually get 120 max level legendary gold sets. That's quite a bit. And you know, when you look at the leaderboards, you know, there's how many people are at those max level, how many accounts are there? You know, I don't know the exact number, but you know, it's going to be probably 200, 300, something like that. So this is more than enough to outfit everybody that's a current player. And I was mentioning this on Discord yesterday, and I think it was Too Curious. I'm not 100% sure who was saying this, but they were saying it was like, well, if you look at user growth, so in the future, this will be a relatively rare set. Like, yeah, okay, I understand the point. So you know, if we get those larger sets of users, then yes, that does make sense that these will be a relatively rare item. But as the game stands today, with the user base that it has today, that is not the case. So, you know, I am not very optimistic about the pricing of these cards, just because they're going to be too available. So I think that, you know, we'll have an initial rush, and then, you know, when supply is low, prices will spike a little bit at least, and then the supply will come in and prices will drop. So I would not be surprised unless there's something that's, you know, incredibly useful. Now we do know there are some summoners in here, so that helps. But unless these are incredibly useful for players, I think these are going to be basically burn value kind of cards. And, you know, we'll have to see how that evolves. So, you know, orbs are sold out. 91% when we checked yesterday have been opened. And we know that the prices are, you know, okay. But, you know, they certainly would be higher if they were rarer. So I think we're going to see a similar dynamic with the dice. And we don't know what the price is yet, but, you know, whatever it is, there are going to be guild discounts. There's going to be an interesting swapping kind of service that goes on with the potions, because, you know, there's plenty of people who aren't going to be buying packs or anything, and, you know, can offer their services for opening with potions if that's what you want. But yeah, I'm just, you know, the math is what the math is. So, you know, I would love to see like 100,000 dice, and then, you know, we cut these numbers down significantly. So false. So at 100,000, now there's only 100 sets of max level epics. That's still enough for the top 100 leaderboard, but, you know, it's not going to be everybody. And, you know, the more uniqueness, the better, I think. And I know that spells and items are going to be a thing. I get all that. but it is what it is. So, but if you want your own set, you're going to need roughly 800-900 dice to get a max level everything, and for regular foil anyway. If you want to do golds, let's take a look. Let's see. You would need. Let's start at 800. All right, let's do 6,000, 5,000. Yeah, so something like that. So about 5,000 dice, and you could get with potions, and you could get a maxable gold set with plenty of extras, obviously. So, how many are you going to buy? How many am I going to buy? Well, I'm going to get my regular foil set. That is for sure. And we'll see what the pricing is, and we have guild discounts and everything. So, we'll see how the market evolves. Anyway, just wanted to share that.